Over the course of the last 2 weeks, I've been sharing my epic adventures up in the Peak District National Park. For 48 hours, I was able to explore some stunning landscapes whilst car camping and coping with some cold temperatures in the process. I've enjoyed the sunset from Bamford Edge, and whilst I've seen some stunning sights from the likes of Mam Tor and Winnett's Pass, this video is the last day that I'll be spending in the Peak District before finally making the trek back home. Hello and welcome back to another video. You join me for a third and final time from the Peak District before I make my way home. I want to round up this trip to the peaks today by asking, have my expectations of this amazing national park been met with reality? And for this final video, I'm heading out to two locations, the first of which I've just got out to today. It's been one, apart from Mam Tor, I've been most excited about visiting. You can hopefully see it just in the background, heading out to Park House and Chrome Hill. The Dragon's Back. It just looks so beautiful when I did my research before coming out to the peaks, did all my planning, and of course it's great because you can do all the planning you like, and I'll talk about that a little bit more later on in the video. However, what you put down on paper doesn't necessarily come to reality. And of course it looks nice and flat, the terrain on paper, but when you're actually out here, you realise just how hilly the Peak District is. And ironically, of all the scenes that I've looked forward to the most since planning this trip to the Peak District, this here is actually top of the list, even above Mam Tor. It's these trees just in the middle of the valley, just to the right of Park House Hill. Just love, they're just framed by the two hills either side, and of course then you've got Chrome Hill in the background. At the moment I've got the 105 or the 24 to 105 millimeter on, but I think I might have to go to the 100 to 400 millimeter for this shot, just to kind of make them a little bit more in focus rather than focus on the shot, the vista as a whole. So talking of hills, one thing that surprised me, especially as the sun comes out now, lovely, hopefully that rain stays away. One thing that surprised me is the hills. I did my research before I came here and I thought Mam Tor would be a difficult climb for someone who's used to hills, but not hills of that magnitude. Because it's handy because you've got the steps, haven't you? But it just made life that little bit easier, and it's crazy how you can find yourself at the top so quickly. But that's the difference really between what you expect and when you get out there. You can imagine all the beauty, all the kind of landscape shots in the world. Like, you think to yourself, oh, the Peak District must be an easy spot to come to, like I potentially mentioned at Bamford Edge. You don't realise how good you got it down here with so many spectacular views. Doesn't mean to say you've just got to turn up with your camera somewhere, point and shoot. It's never that easy. This has got to be one of the most picturesque hills that I've ever had the fortune to visit. Park House Hill, the Dragon's Back. Been just up the hill for a short while, enjoying some lovely views with the classic lone tree shot. Get some lovely light coming over, lighting up the rocks in the background. Hopefully it's made for a special shot. At this rate I'm going to go home. I've got no idea where my favourite location is, what my favourite shot is. This is going to be up there though. This is really going to be up there. I was looking forward to coming out here in the first place, but it's until you get out there, you have the expectations, you have your thought of what it could be like. It's been really, really muddy. Really thought I'd fall over a few times. Unfortunately, wouldn't have got any of that on camera, disappointingly. But being out here, every location I've been to so far, Bamford Edge, Mam Tor, now Chrome Hill, it's exceeded my expectations. It really has. There's one more location to visit. So the second location that I've come out to for this video, and the last one of my whirlwind through the Peak District, is here at the Roaches. Got Hen Cloud, I think it is, just over to the right, and this is a case where you've got to really be realistic. This is where reality has to set in. I've seen images here at the Roaches, which is just stunning, looking towards Hen Cloud. I thought to myself, I'd love to come and capture something similar. It's because the struggle with the Peak District is trying to find unique images that have never been captured before. Of course, hopefully I've done so, but I've also kind of wanted to capture the gems, like back at Chrome Hill. The trouble is, it's easy to look around online at home. Before I even came down to the Peak District, I did all my research around Chrome Hill. I knew where to take that shot. Here at the Roaches, I don't. And that is where reality has to set in, because you're going to have to look for it myself. And of course, I think the rain is slowly coming, just like it was forecast all day. Can't complain. I did get some lovely light over at Chrome Hill. But also know with this shot that I want to try and capture, it was captured during wild heather season. Missed out on that this time, this year, because I've come a little bit later. So I'm not going to be able to get something similar. I'm not going to be able to get something exactly the same, but hopefully I'll manage to get something with my own stamp, my own style on it, so to speak. Oh, it's windy up here, as you can probably tell. But before I bring this trip to the Peak District to a close, I just want to mention the planning that I put into this trip. One of my favourite things whenever I'm organising a trip like this one is always the planning, because you do get to see it go from paper to reality like this one. The weather has not been too favourable. We're getting a few raindrops at the moment, but this has still been a spectacular trip, all because, or partly because, I feel I made sure I knew where I was going, when I was going there. It just allowed me to relax and enjoy my time out here as much as possible. I've always done it whenever I used to go on my trips further afield, Switzerland, New Zealand, in my youth. Nothing changes there. Before I bring this video to a close though, I still want to try and find that one location. I'm not messing around here. I'm honestly not messing around. This is no YouTube tomfoolery going, oh, where is it? And I know exactly where it is. I don't. I'm still searching. Hopefully I'll find something for, not just for now, but also where I can come back for sunrise in the morning before finally heading home. So a couple of months ago, I did a video here on YouTube talking about my lack of self-confidence, my anxieties, questioning if when I came to the Peak District, whether I had the right to be a photographer, had the right to take amazing shots of this beautiful, stunning national park, just like anyone else. And you know what? Having been here for the last couple of days, yeah, I reckon I do. Fingers crossed the images that I've taken from these last couple of days are share worthy, because I won't know until I get home to Lightroom. But this, I think, is time to end this amazing trip to the peaks. Thank you so much for having me up here in this part of the world. It has been special, it has been amazing. I've gone wow more than once. I will certainly be coming back here with my camera in the future, that's for sure. I hope you've enjoyed watching these videos just as much as I've enjoyed putting them together. And on that note, I think I'm just going to leave you with one last word. Goodbye.